everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today's video is a little bit of a follow-up to the previous video that was I think it was about a minute long, and it was just a quick showing of the card that I made for my beautiful granddaughter, Olive, who was born last week. So I'm going to put another one together, another card similar. Hopefully I can remember, because now the card is gone and I don't have it to refer to. But I did do some pre-work on it, I guess we'll call it. I do have a couple of little images. These are these cute little koala bears. I dug into my stash of loved baby stamps. These are from, you can see the sticker here says 30 years, and I think the company is now about 40 years, so they're at least 10 years old. They have the green backing, so that's about right. This particular stamp set, it was called Georgie, and it had coordinating Cricut cuts, so you can see on there it'll give you the size and what page in the little book that came with the Cricut cartridge that we sold. The cartridges are still available for digital purchase, and you can of course find that at the bottom of the page. When you go to barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com, if you scroll to the bottom, there should be a little green Cricut guy. It has been kind of phasing in and out of being available as Cricut makes changes to their site. Sometimes we lose our links, so hopefully it's there if you so desire to look at those cartridges. When you click on that, it takes you right to all of the images that Close to My Heart has. I'm doing a little bit of a slider card, and it's a thin cut called Pull Tab. So it's kind of a funky looking little set, and it's meant to make slider tabs. So I have some pattern paper from my stash. It had these cute little hearts on it. I thought it was sweet. And I pre-cut the slit. I used the longest of the 3 sizes, and I put it on there and taped it down with our little low tack tape that we sell. A little tip on the low tack tape: once you get it going, and it can be a little tricky to get going, but once you get it going, leave yourself a tab. See how I leave that loose? I don't rub it down so that I'm trying to pick it up again. I leave that loose, and that seems to help it to stay functioning properly. But I use that, and then I use this little stitched die that comes in the kit to give me the place where you can grab a hold of the pull tab. These are the actual pull tabs, and I am going to start folding these, and I am going to use a bone folder. And I am going to actually place some glue in here so that it stays nice and tidy. And I'm just using art glitter glue. You can use some kind of barely glue, or whatever glue that you like to use. Tombow Mono glue works well. Then you've got these little, you can see it scores the little fold lines. So you fold that first one in, and then the next one you fold out. Let's make sure I'm folding on the little line. So you can see there you've got a little bit of a little funky fold. So again, you fold in, and then you fold the next tab back. I'm going to do the same thing with the second one. This gets put in so you can straighten those tabs out, and you slip it into the notch just like that. When I flip it over, you'll see that. Then you spread that out, and this is what you glue your image to that you wish to slide. on the back side of this, there are these other two little funny little tab things, and they have score lines, and you fold those together. And I do this different every time. I think once you figure it out and you get it going, it goes under here and you need to glue it down. And I'm lining this up with hopefully the center of my little circle notch. And I'm folding the long tab over, and I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the short tab, fold that over. That holds that in place. This helps your slider mechanism to not wiggle around. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to get our slider into here. Oop, got to get both of the little guys in there. Like that, and fold them open. Oh, and I'm going the wrong way. It feels a little fumbly at first when you're doing this, but once you figure it out, once you get it in your head how this all goes together, it's not hard. And I'm going to put a little glue here. I'm going to sit that in between. Get this into the nacho. I can fold those open. And then I can fold that big tab over, put a little dab of glue. And I like to use glue for this stuff, but you could use a really strong tape runner that you like to use. And that goes just like that. Now, to make this work better, what I found is the key to my success is actually using foam tape to keep this popped up along here and to give it a little more room to move. It will work if you don't use the foam tape, but I really think it works better if you use the foam tape. So I'm going to load this up with the foam tape. Now I'm going to take off all the backers and I'm going to attach it to my panel of pink here. And I find that the multiple layers help to stabilize the pull tab card, but you can do however it works out best for you. Got a couple of sentiments on here, and they came from these two stamp sets. And I'm just using scissors to cut them out. I stamped them a couple times. And I'm just attaching these. Let's see. Just like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the tabs. And glue it down. Same thing with the upper tabs. Making sure I'm not going too high. Just like that. And we need to cut this off here, this tab. So I'm going to cut it off just a hair proud. So just a little longer because this is, it should be fine. Same with this one, just a little beyond. And then I have these other little images that cut out, and it's also scored. And there's a little arrow that cuts out. And I'm going to put some glue on here. And, ooh, flimsy flopsy here. I'm going to pull my tab out and glue this on to the end of the tab. Just like that. And I'm going to take a pen and I am going to write pull. Not everyone who gets a card like this understands what they're supposed to do. I also bend that up just a hair to make it easier to grab. So we're going to do the same thing with this side. Fold that little tab over and add some glue. And get it on here. Fold it closed. And I use a different color, a contrasting color so people see it. And here we go. I'm going to write pull on here again. If you have a little stamp that says pull, you can certainly do that. And again, I'm going to kind of bend that up just a hair. And I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue this down to the card base. Now this, I didn't give you any sizes because this card is sort of customly sized. I had some card in stock in my stash that I made the card base out of, and it's a great way to use things up to make these special cards. So here we go. We've got welcome, sweet baby. Such a fun thing. These little pull tabs they seem a little putsy, but I think once you do a couple of them and you kind of get it figured out in your head, they do go fairly quickly. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll give slider card a try. Have a blessed crafty day, and I'll see you next time.